Alright guys, I'm working on a '06 Chrysler 300C, which has 206K on it. Okay, started having electrical issues where it's stalling, shutting off. You get stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign or wherever, and it just stalls on you. It might stall completely or stall, shut off, and cut back on. So it has done that to me. Even when I was going about 50, 40, it shut off but cut back on. So I could actually say, needless to say, it hasn't left me stranded anywhere. So I said, let me look it up. Let me go on a forum, Chrysler forum, and see what everybody's saying, what everybody's talking about. So I did that. No one could find a solution. So, of course, I talked to a mechanic, which I'm also a technician. I've worked at Audi, worked at BMW, but most of my experience has been at Audi. On Audi cars, so not too familiar with the electrical issue part, but they did have a TSB on it, and my mechanic looked it up for me, because if I don't do work on my own car, I got a mechanic is the only person that touches my car. So, but most of the time it's me on my own stuff, because that's what I like to do. So in other words, he looked it up. He said, hey, yo, there's a TSB on this. And pretty much the TSB is you take it to your dealer, take it to the, your mechanic or whatever, and they got to figure it out, right? Okay. But a TSB is you want to clean the electrical parts. So with the electrical parts cleaner, you can get it from AutoZone, Advance, any kind of Napa, whatever. You get some of that, and then you get you some of this connector protection. Kind of locks out moisture, because what happens is these cars are old. It's an older car. The connections, they get old. They're moisture. So the PSM sits right here in that bay right there. When it rains, and then I noticed, like, normally when it rains or after it rains or a lot of moisture in the air, like we've just had this cold weather, snow and all that stuff like that, you're going to get moisture on these connectors. There's going to be moisture there. We can't see it, but it's there. So what I decided to do, and what he suggested to do, was to clean the electrical connectors. Kind of clean them up, try to get the moisture out of them, and that's what I did. So I took off the PCM. This is the PCM right here, the computer, the brain of the vehicle. At first, I had got a code. I never had a check engine light come on this vehicle again until it hit 206. So when it hit that, I got a code saying FCM, which is front control module. Your front control module sits right here. As you can see, it has a different part number on here because I changed that. So I've changed that. I didn't clean the connectors or anything, but I changed it. So boom, about a week later, because I don't drive this car very often. I normally drive my truck, but when I do drive it, I never had problems. So after changing this front control module, okay, which is right where your fuse box, your fuses and everything is at in the front. So after changing it, a week later, it stalled, and then the code came for the same thing, front control module. So then it just went off. It just reset itself. Check engine light was off. I didn't have to do anything, and it never came back on again. So definitely tells me that it's something to do with electrical, because it's not a constant thing. It's like a sometimey thing. So, which leads me to believe that something's going on as far as, the front control module basically is saying that it's not reading the engine. It's not reading the computer. The PCM's not, loses communication with the engine. So that's what normally happens. And what I've been, reading up. I do a lot of reading on these cars. I've had 13 of them. And this is the only one that I've actually had the issue where it stalls and it keeps going. So, and you guys have maybe had the same issues or maybe different. You probably even changed out your PCM, bought a whole new one and had it reprogrammed or however you did it. But for the FCM front control module, I didn't have to reprogram it or anything. I just put it on as the same part number for the same year model, same part number. I ordered that and boom. It cost me like $37. It's used, yes, because I was like, boom, I got 206 on here. I don't really want to put all these new parts like that. But who knows, I might even put a new engine in here or something. I don't know. But the engine runs fine. There's nothing wrong with the motor or anything. It's just this electrical thing with these Chryslers. So what I've done was sprayed inside where the connectors are, where they're located at, where they connect to. And I'm letting it air dry right now, and I'm going to put some of that connector protector on there. And I did the same thing with the connections here. Sprayed them and letting them dry inside. And then I'm going to reconnect everything back and put it back together. Mind you, I don't even have my tools here. My tools are at work. But I said, you know what? I put it in reverse and it stalled on me. Cranked it back up and I put it back. I parked it. I said, let me go ahead and do this right quick. But I also want to do the front control module as well. But it's a little tight in there. And I'm pretty sure I'll break a few nails, but who cares? It needs to be done. So I'll do that after this is done, complete. I want to make sure that I'm not sure if it's going to solve the problem, but if it does, that would be great. But Chrysler has not, I guess it's going to take someone to die, needless to say, that's sad to say, in order for them to fix this issue with the stalling with Chrysler on the 300 models. I'm not sure how much it does it on the Dodge or the Magnums or whatever. I've had them all, but this is the only one that I've had issues with that is doing, and this is the 06 model. I've had the 2010. I mean, I just like the older body style, but this is the only one that I've had the electrical issue with. So hopefully this helps, or can help guide for the ones who are having the issue and really not familiar with their vehicle. But I pretty much replaced the water pump. I did my water pump already. I did my power steering pump on here. I did all this work myself. The only thing that I see what happens is that underneath the vehicle you have wires. Sometimes they're hanging. Sometimes you got the oil sludge or whatever kind of liquid or oil is on these wires. And sometimes I'm thinking that you either have an open wire that's not grounded properly or something like that. I've checked my grounds on here because I've spoken with some technicians as well at where I work at, technician to technician. Hey, what could this be? So I checked my ground. They were like, hey, check your ground, make sure your ground is clean and complete. So I checked my ground. I didn't see anything, but I did notice that when it rained is when I was having the most problems with the vehicle. When it rains, there's moisture in the air, is when I'm having the issues with the vehicle as far as it shutting off and glitching, pretty much glitching out. So hopefully this helps. Kind of give you guys some guide to, these Chrysler 300s. They're very sensitive vehicles, and, it's sad that Chrysler hasn't figured this out yet. Hey, why would we do a recall? Why would we fix this for you for free when you can go to the mechanic and have them, Google and toggle and all that bullshit, to figure it out. Basically we just left in the dark with this. So good luck, and hopefully this solves everything, or solves a little bit of the issue. I'm hoping. If not, I wouldn't say I'm going to get rid of it, but I'm going to drive it till the damn wheels falls off. I mean, I don't have a car note, so why not? But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and enjoy your day.